if you're hesitant on getting into a hockey romance, don't be. It's not even overwhelming. I'm here to say that it was perfect. I'm in multiple book groups on Facebook, and you know, the one thing I love is how different nationalities rate books different. For example, I am in multiple Black Girl Read books groups, right? I think I'm in like 3. I know it's 4. I know I had 4 before, but I think I'm just in 3 now. And then I'm in a group, I think it's called Kindle Girlies group, and that one is mixed nationality, so it's not geared to a specific nationality. And you see a lot of book reviews, and it's not from Black women, and the reviews on the books that we love, they absolutely hate. And more so than not, it's because it was not smutty enough. And I just crack up every time. Back with another book review, obviously, and this time I wanted to review Icebreaker Book 1 and the Maple Hill series by Hannah Grace. And y'all, I really love this book so much. And when I was looking at the reviews, and I wasn't even searching for reviews, but when people would post their reviews in that Kindle Girl group, they was going in. They was like, the story wasn't storying for them. And for me, I thought this was so cute. It was like a cute romance novel, because that's all it should have been. I don't really know what exactly they wanted out of this romance novel, but I feel like it gave what any typical romance novel would. It had some smut in it. And if y'all know me, y'all know I don't do a whole lot of smut because I'm grown and I know how to do my own smut and I don't need to read about it. But it actually has smut in it, and it was tolerable. And it wasn't, and I think it was the way that Hannah Grace wrote the smut that made it tolerable, instead of being so detailed. Like, she was detailed, but she wasn't super duper detailed. Like, some of these authors, they be doing too much, and I'm like, girl, I know how it works, I know how it sounds, I know how it feels. And yeah, so I think it's because of the smut level. They was like, I didn't really like the story, it didn't have no plot, when it very well did have a plot. Anyway, I just wanted to say my little random thought at the beginning of the video. So like I said, we're doing a review on the Icebreaker, y'all. I really love this book, so much so I got on Amazon during their sale, and I bought the second part of the book. The third part will be releasing later on this year, so I went ahead and bought the second part of the book, and it was like $2 cheaper than when I originally added it to my cart, because Amazon really did play us about this book sale, and we was all mad, everybody. But anywho, just about the book was very good. This was my first time reading the hockey series. I did not buy both books at the same time. Well, I did not add both books to my birthday wish list at the same time, or I didn't have plans to buy both books at the same time, because I had never read anything by Hannah Grace, and I wanted to do an author taste test on her. And her writing is phenomenal. Like, I really love it, and I just feel like I can read more of her stuff. So the brief summary that I created for Bookstagram is Anastasia is a figure skater in school and on a full ride scholarship and has hopes of being Team USA. Nathan is the captain of his hockey team, both college students at the same school. Something happens that prevents Nathan and his team to shift gears and is forced to practice in the same rink Anastasia and her partner practices on. She absolutely cannot stand Nathan. Anastasia's partner gets in an accident, and when I say accident, that prevents him from skating for a while. Anastasia is kind of sort of forced to look to Nathan for help. And y'all, the story was really good. It just was. I said, this grumpy sunshine, frenemies to lover storyline was good, and I ate it up. It has the perfect amount of spice, not a spicy kind of girl, but Hannah can write a good spicy scene, and the girl's taste in music is fire. So at the beginning of the book, she has a playlist, and the playlist is so good. It is it's very diverse, and I created the playlist on my Apple Music, and I've been actually listening to it, and it has some of my favorite songs and some of my favorite artists on it. And so when I got the book too, it has a playlist as well with some of my favorite artists and some of my favorite songs. So she has a really, really good taste in music, and she can write. So it's basically two individuals forced to lean on each other to get through college sports struggles and navigate their life outside of college together. Nathan is definitely my new book boyfriend because he is just the sweetest. At first, I was a bit overwhelmed with all of the characters involved because they're in college, so she did incorporate a lot of their friends from school, from being on the same team as them and stuff like that. But they all serve a purpose in the book, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. If you want the playlist and you follow me on Bookstagram, shoot me a DM and I'll send you the playlist, because I created the playlist on Apple Music and it's good. I think it's the perfect playlist that you could play in a car with your children if you have kids. It's the perfect spring, summer playlist. It's the perfect date night playlist if you just want to listen to something different in a car on your way on a date with your man or your lady. So yeah. So my rating for this book is going to be a 4.5 stars. I think the only reason why I took 0.5 off is because, like I said, the characters, like when she was mentioning the characters, I'm like, okay, do I need to write these characters down? Because I'm confused. But they all serve their purpose. The book was so good. It was obviously good if I hurried up and ordered the second book. If you got this far in the video and if you have not read the book, I need you to pause here, because in the next slide, me talking again, I'm finna spill the tea. I'm about to give some spoilers. I really want you guys to check out the book, especially if you are a romance girly. I feel like you're gonna love it. It's super cute. So when I was in the Facebook group, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, I had to get in the comments because they were like, if Snowplot, the book was kind of slow. It's a romance. It's gonna be slow, sis. It's gonna be slow. Like, I don't know what people be wanting from a romance novel. Like, I don't get it. I never will. I guess it's just not my, I'm never gonna get it. Like, I just won't. I put, the two characters are basically learning about themselves with the help from each other, while also learning to navigate their families and their expectations for them. So Anastasia was a figure skater. Nathan was a hockey player. Anastasia was adopted, and her parents noticed that she loved skating. Like, since she was a little girl, they, not pushed her, but they seen that she loved skating so much, they made her life revolve around skating. That could be very, very overwhelming, because while I do love skating, I like other things too. And now I don't have the opportunity to dibble and dabble into other things because you guys want me to be just skating. And skating is the only thing that I love. So she had a lot of mental health issues, like depression and stuff like that, centered around that, because she's also adopted. So she just felt like she was in a place where her parents did not truly understand her. So she would see a therapist a lot and have meetings just to navigate through that. And Nate, his mother passed away, and his dad cheated on his mom. So how boys are all about their mamas. They are truly mama's boys, no matter how old they are. And his dad pretty much treated him and his sister like a business. Like, he was engaged, but he wanted them to do what he wanted them to do. Like, he didn't want Nathan to play hockey. He wanted him to be, I think, a lawyer or something of the sort. So he would treat him like crap. So Nathan really didn't like going home on breaks to visit his father. So he was navigating that type of relationship with his dad. Anastasia is basically a straight by the book type of person. Due to the standard her parents hold her to, she's learning to have her own voice and stand up for herself in all aspects of life with the help of Nathan. So Nathan basically stepped in and he just peeped it. Like, he peeped the scene that she doesn't have a voice for herself, not only with her parents, but with her friends, her skating partner, her roommates. And she doesn't come from a family with money. She comes from the average family. She's in college on a scholarship. She was rooming with two of her friends. One, his parents is very, very rich, so they paid for his living accommodations. And his name is Aaron, and he kind of just used that to his advantage. Like, you need me, I don't need you, so you're gonna do whatever it is that I want you to do. Nathan peeped that. He was like, no. Like, nah, this ain't gonna be that. So in the relationship with Anastasia and her skating partner, also her roommate Aaron, he would complain about stuff like, you too heavy for me to be lifting, you need to be on a strict diet. I mean, he restricted her from eating so much, and while he was doing it to help her, it really was hindering her more than it was helping her. She would literally just eat salad only, like literally salad and water. She was so afraid to gain a pound because he would always say slick stuff like, if you eat this, I'm not gonna be able to hold you, I'm not gonna be able to lift you up. And they were trying to be Team USA. So he knew how to use stuff to his advantage that he knew she would kind of listen to him about, because her goals, it kind of aligned with her goals, but then it helped him on the back end. He pissed me off. I hated Aaron. He was the only character in the book that I just didn't like. So at the very beginning of the book, that Aaron seemed to have liked her, and he caused a lot of issues, and he was peeping that Anastasia and Nathan was kind of liking each other because they had to see each other because they were sharing the skating rink. And the reason why they were sharing the skating rink is because some type of prank was done on the hockey team's skating rink and it was damaged and they had to get it fixed. So Nathan and his team was forced to come work in the same rink as Anastasia. Anastasia was grumpy. She was like, nah, I don't like this. I'm straight by the book type of person. Like, no, they gonna mess up my routine. They gonna mess up how I got things going. It's not in my calendar. I can't do it. She's just that type of person. And Aaron, he liked that about her. So when Nathan had stepped in and he noticed that her and Nathan was feeling each other, he noticed that Anastasia was kind of slipping away. And so he was trying his best to manipulate her into doing whatever it is that he wanted her to do. And it was just, you can tell, like, dude, if you like her, just tell her you like her instead of trying to do trash ass shit. And he was just doing trash ass shit. The thing that was kind of weird about the story was Anastasia had a sexual buddy. Like, we can link up, we can do, and that's gonna be that. And I mean, she held on to this sexual buddy even when she started to show interest in Nathan. And so it kind of threw me off because I'm like, girl, you was just at Nathan's house and now you in your bed with the dude name was Ryan, and then now Nathan is on FaceTime and he see Ryan in your background. Like, that was just, it was weird to me. Nathan and Anastasia had a sexual scene in an Uber with their friends coming from a party. And when I say that scene was steamy, it was steamy hot. But it was also funny because her friend was like, did y'all do in the car? Because I smell it. Roll the windows down, please. But it was a good scene. One of the scenes that I also liked is when it was Halloween and Anastasia dressed up as JJ, which was one of Nathan's roommates. She wore his jersey, kind of pissed Nathan off because Nathan would try to act like he wasn't the jealous type, but he was very well jealous. Like, if Anastasia, and not jealous in a vindictive way, like he was jealous in a I want you type of way, because that girl would not call him her boyfriend. She was scared of commitment and she was afraid to like be in a relationship, and like I said, she was adopted, so I think it kind of streams from that. She was scared to be in a relationship. She was with Nathan for months. They were together like a couple for months. I mean, they used to have this thing where they would like, let's play house, where they would spend a night with each other, shower with one another. He would like wash her hair. That scene was wonderful. I'm like, oh my God, I want my husband to wash my hair. Probably not, because I got a lot of locks and they long. But he will wash her hair. She will cook for them. Like, when I say them, I mean him and his roommates. And it was just such a cute, adorable time. But she was afraid of commitment. She had commitment issues. She just did not want to commit. And Nathan, he still played his part. Like, I'm not your boyfriend, but I'm gonna be something. Whatever it is that you want to call me at this very moment in our situation, I'm gonna be it, because I really love you. I really like you. And it was so funny because they loved each other. And because it's a dual POV, I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video, it is a dual POV. So you will get where Anastasia is talking about how she loved him but was scared to tell him. And then you'll get when he was saying he loved her but he was scared to tell her. And I just be thinking about, like, in real life, how you never know what the other person is thinking. And sometimes it's good and bad, because I know a lot of us as humans, we don't like to be told no, and we don't like to be let down. So it would suck if you told somebody that you love them and then they didn't love you back. So they were kind of holding those feelings, but then, you know, they get into some situations where they're basically forced to be on that level with each other, because child, when Aaron, okay, so Aaron, back to Aaron, and I hate him. He got injured, messed up his arm, and lied and told the coach and stuff that Nathan did it. Nathan had no freaking clue how that happened to Aaron, but he was the captain of the hockey team, and his coach was like, well, if don't nobody fess up, we gonna sit y'all out for the rest of these games. Y'all not gonna be able to play. And he was a perfect captain. Like, he didn't want his team to go through anything, and he was like, I just take the fault, like, I did it. And so that pissed me off, because I'm like, Aaron, no doggone well, like, there was nowhere in the book where something happened to Aaron and Nathan did it. And so for the whole book, you're trying to figure out who the heck hurt Nathan. I mean, who the heck hurt Aaron? Because we need to know, and then we need to jump him, because what? He did get jumped. The hockey team did beat him up because he came up to the party on some other type stuff, and they like, nah, because Anastasia is our girl and you ain't coming at her like that. So he did get jumped. Not jumped, but they did handle him. And Henry, which was Nathan's friend but also Anastasia's friend, he really showed up and showed out for Anastasia. And I love that, because not only did Nathan love her, his friends loved her too, and they treated her like family. Yeah, so I put on here, Henry beats up Aaron and his friends was talking crap about Anastasia. Like, Aaron was talking crap about Anastasia for 3 months. He was calling her poor. He was like, nobody is gonna want you. Your family don't even want you. And so that was triggering them boys. They was like, no, you're not gonna pull up over here and be talking about Anastasia. And they were so afraid to tell her why they beat him up, because they didn't want her feelings to be hurt. But she was like, no, I really want to know, and I really need to know for my sake, because he's my partner and I would hate to continue skating with him if I really shouldn't be. When Aaron got injured by Nathan, he was medically pulled away from figure skating, and Nathan was pulled away from playing hockey until Aaron was able to go back into figure skating. So Anastasia was still practicing and needed a partner so that she can go to nationals or whatever it is that they call it. So Nathan stepped in to be her partner, and I thought it was so sweet, because if you know anything about figure skating, they actually have to wear like leggings. So he went and they went legging shopping, and he actually practiced with her, and I thought that was just so sweet. And then eventually Aaron was cleared to skate again, and you know, all that. So another significant part in the book, Anastasia had the opportunity to meet Nathan's family, which is his sister and his dad. And during that time, she really wasn't supposed to meet them because they were supposed to be out of town. He was trying to schedule their Christmas break at his house when he knew his family would be out of town because they're always out of town. And so you could tell in the story because they was walking around naked a lot of time, having all the sexual activity and stuff. You knew somebody was gonna pop up at the house. So his folks did pop up at the house. But during that time, Nathan had left Anastasia at the house by herself, and he went to go buy her last Christmas present, and he told Anastasia to just, do whatever in the house, make yourself at home. It's a big old house, it's like a mansion. But instead of doing whatever she wanted in the house, the girl get her skates and go outside to the lake. The lake had froze over, so she's able to skate on the ice. Well, the girl got out there and fell through the ice and drowned. And just before she fell in the ice, Nathan had called to check up on her, and he asked her, like, what are you doing? And she was like, I'm outside and I'm trying to make friends with this deer, but when you called me, the phone scared him and ran him away. He was like, no, you shouldn't be there, it's dangerous, you need to get back to the house. Well, before she could respond, she had already started sinking through the freaking water and she drowned. And so he had to come and basically save her life, and that was just the sweetest. Like, he was so scared. He thought he had lost her. She thought she had lost herself. And during that time, he was like, dang, I love you. Like, that was his opportunity to tell her, I love you. And then she was afraid that she was gonna die without being able to tell him that she loved him. And I just thought that was so sweet. I was like, oh my God, that is the perfect way to tell somebody that you love them. And then she also had the opportunity to meet Dad, and Dad was an asshole to her, but she was putting Dad in his place. And I really, really liked that for Nathan, because Nathan was letting her do it. And then Dad ended up telling Nathan that he liked her because she reminded him of Nathan's mom. He was like, she's a hard one and I like her. She don't back down. She's not taking no for an answer, and she really cares and loves you, and I love that for you. I just really wish that Nathan and his dad's relationship could have come to terms to being better, because Anastasia was able to converse with her parents and explain to them, like, she likes to do more things than just figure skating. And so they understood that. They was like, baby, we'll ride for you for whatever you want to do, we for it. Like, we just assumed that you just love figure skating, so that's what we always wanted to center everything around. So I love that they was able to come around and do that with one another. But I just wish Nathan was able to get a really, really, really good conversation in with his dad, other than the small one that they did have, just so that their relationship can be better, especially since he no longer has his mom. My last thoughts is about Aaron. Aaron is a bitch. We found out that Aaron got hurt playing flag football, and like we knew, Nathan did not hurt his arm. But when they went to their competition, because him and Anastasia still had to do the competition together because they were partners, and he kissed her at the end. Like, he kissed her at the end of their set, and it's on national television. Her boyfriend's there, her family's watching it, everybody's confused, like, why is this boy kissing on her? She was so hurt because she's like, boy, I do not like you like that. He was like, that's good for promotion, and that's good for the TV, and that's good for, and she like, but I don't like you like that. I peeped you. Like, I really wanted to fight him. But one thing I can say is Nathan came through and took care of what needed to be taken care of. So I didn't want to go into much. I don't want to give a whole bunch of spoilers, only because I want y'all to read the book because it's super cute. And I hope the second book in the series is just as cute. I don't think the second book follows Nathaniel and Anastasia. I think it's just part of the Hockey Maple Hill series, but follow 2 other characters. I think it may follow some other characters from the first book, so they all could be read as standalone. But the book was so good, and I think this book is what put me in my romance era, back into my romance, because I've been reading a lot of thrillers. So this is the book that kind of caused me to go and look for Black romance though. Black female main character, Black male main character. So yeah, I really love the book. If you guys are into romance, I think you would love the book too. If you're hesitant on getting into a hockey romance, don't be. It's not even overwhelming. I'm here to say that it was perfect. And I can't wait to see what else Hannah Grace has out there for me to read. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you read any book by Hannah Grace. And let me know how you feel about the Icebreaker Maple Hill series if you've read it. Let's chat in the comments. As always, until next time, peace out.